I have reason to believe that I have a condition called NFD, functional neurological disorder. And I believe this because one of the signs of NFD, the coping mechanism people come up with, is taking everything like a joke. Or before an event, or before they're about to do something dangerous, they might go, "This is going to be fun." Because they're trying to change the neural pathway their brain is using, because the neural pathway for pressure simply doesn't work. It causes them to seize up. And I mean, this goes all the way back to when I was a kid, and it makes sense that I guess I forgot that I had NFD because I lived my entire life just taking everything like with a grain of salt, taking it like a joke. The only thing I took seriously was things like court and shit like that. And I'm about to talk a lot about court, probably a lot about court in this. And basically, when you're under pressure with NFD, you have a seizure. That's what happens. It's not a freeze response, and it's often mistaken for a freeze response. And yeah, like I said, the normal coping mechanism is taking everything like a joke. And I want to talk about actualizations I'd recently had, leading up to getting true psychological help. Actualizations I actually had. When these idiots forced me to represent myself in court against fucking Uncle Ruckus's bitch of a mother, Myrtle, fucking, I put a bunch of innocent people in prison. This actually happened. Those people are still in prison. Some of them are dead. Most of them are dead. There was a guy named Chris I cared a lot about. I did an entire video and I didn't upload it because I couldn't stop crying during it. And it just, the vibes of the videos felt very sick and very twisted. They were very unnatural. Yeah. But one of the people I put in prison was this kid named Alex Wyant's parents. I put them in prison. And from prison, the magistrate contacted Alex's mother, who, his father yelled at me, told me I was an asshole and a piece of shit and fucking a monster, and basically he should have fucking killed me and all this stuff. I didn't even remember, because my cadmium brain, ever bringing up Alec or his fucking parents. And Alec was an autistic kid I knew in 3rd through 5th grade, I think. 4th and 5th grade. He's a rich kid, had all these stuff in his house. And his mother, when she called me, was like, yelled at the magistrate and was like, "Why the fuck did you force him to represent himself?" And the magistrate said, "I didn't force him to do anything. No. It was this church that forced me to represent myself." And she chewed the magistrate's ass and literally told him, like, this guy is fucking autistic. Like, you should have given him fucking provisions for the court. And she ran down all these things. And then the judge asked me, he's like, "Were you ever official?" I was like, "No, my mom could never afford to take me to get officially diagnosed as autistic." I was like, the school counselor did an exam on me, determined I was autistic, and told my mom to take me to get tested. And then when we went there, the lady said it was $500. $500 we didn't have. And the lady said that she would just label me a retard. So I'm a retard. And that's what happened. And fucking, it was only in high school that I took an exam and they said I had a cognitive deficiency, which means I'm inherently stupid. That's what it means. And I didn't have any of those things. These people just poisoned me with heavy metals, made me subpar, and then forced me to take a fucking exam so a guy could tell me I was subpar. After these people made me, once again, everything is fictitious with these people. Everything is fake. If you are married to one of these people, you should get a divorce and run for the fucking hills. They're poisoning you with heavy metals, they're lying about everything, and they're probably planning on killing you at some point because they're fucking miserable and they can't fucking explain to you why they're miserable. It's the heavy metals in the religion. But yeah, so this woman I put in prison literally was chewing the magistrate's ass about forcing me to represent myself and how I was pushed into this, and basically was like this was a fucking powdered keg. And then the magistrate dude didn't know how to handle this. He was in fucking shock. He couldn't believe that he had forced an autistic person to represent themselves in court, and everything went stupid because that's what happens when you do that. And I think about even this scenario, like, without my L-theanine and the other shit I'm on, 2 days. 2 days without it. My brain degrades so fast, I just start talking to myself like a schizophrenic. And it's not schizophrenic. I can't hold my thoughts in my head. I just enunciate and talk what my thoughts are, what I'm thinking about. I just say it out loud as I'm walking around. And it makes you look schizophrenic. I am certainly not schizophrenic, because schizophrenics hear voices. I'm not hearing voices. I'm just voicing my thoughts outside of my head. Okay? Because for whatever reason, my brain has lost the capacity for me to keep my thoughts a secret. I don't know what's up with that, and it's probably related to the mercury poisoning. But I think FND, the functional neurological disorder, or FND, the functional neurological disorder, explains every problem I had. Like, when I acted like Ed in school, it was literally me being like, oh boy, everything's gonna be good, because I was terrified of fucking, having a seizure from pressure. When I used to give speeches in school, I would fucking get excited and start acting like Ed, because it enabled me to circumnavigate the FND. Yeah. And I realized, like, all the way back from elementary school to these big nose fuckers, and dude, even when I was president, these big nose fuckers with the stupid hats, fucking, they were fucking cocks the entire time I talked to them. Like, dude, fucking, somebody should fucking burn their brains or something. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, religion is fucking disgusting, and it creates disgusting human beings. That's what I fucking learned, okay? This stupid fucking thing, people are willing to butcher everybody around them for it. And, dude, I was thinking about it, like, obviously it's what I do, but fucking yeah, this lady I put in prison wasn't mad at me, and she was trying to get me to sign court papers, and even when she was trying to get me to sign court papers, she was like, I know he's not going to do it, and he's not going to do it because he doesn't understand them. And she was telling the magistrate to give me an assistant, and the magistrate was explaining to her he can't give me an assistant. He can't help me. Nobody can fucking help me. And she was like, he's fucking autistic, fucking help him. And I was just like, I put that woman in prison. And even she was sympathetic to what the fuck was wrong with me. It's filthy, disgusting Christians that don't fucking give a fuck. Like, if you're neurologically damaged, for them, that's an advantage for them. I'm going to capitalize on the fact that your brain doesn't work right. And this is what God wants, by the way. Do you guys ever hear yourselves? Oh, you don't, because you don't have introspective, because you drink heavy metals. My bad. I'm sorry you're retarded. I really am. But you shouldn't be around normal human beings ever. And that's a fact. Okay? I remember this thing I said to Anal Eating Mummy God, and I said, if you have an insular society, you need to introduce them to outside society. I no longer agree with that, because you people are so violent and stupid, you'll just kill innocent people for no fucking reason, because of your violent, stupid society. Okay, I wish there was a game where you have an insular society of retards, and then you introduce them to the outside world, and they're told they're superior to these people, but these people believe stupid shit, like the master has to have sex with every age of woman, you have to surrender thine booty hole to the master of your church in order to get into heaven. All this shit. And then when they go amongst normal people, they're like, I'm a superior being, so I can kill them. And the entire time you're watching this guy, you're almost like a spectator. You're Jiminy Cricket. This would be the game. You're Jiminy Cricket, and you have to convince this retard that his religion is bullshit. That he got raped in the ass for no reason. That everything this guy knows is complete fucking bullshit. And these people walking around here are actually the sane ones, and you're fucking insane, and worse, your church taught you how to cover up the crazy. So you're just walking around holding back the lunacy, and then you just want to kill everybody because you're fucking mentally unhinged. You feel so much anger and rage because of your religion. It doesn't have anything to do with the outside world, it's you people. Okay, it's your church that created it, and then they go project it outside. Don't take it out on me. I'm the victim of the religion, just like you. Stupid. But whatever. So, yeah, and dude, honestly, that would probably be a really fun game to play. You're fucking constantly trying to stop a psychopathic religious person from murdering people. Be like, they're sinning! They're drinking coffee that's against my religion! They're not following my rules! I must kill them because they didn't follow my rules! Dude, you could hear the crazy coming out of their fucking... out of the character, like, as I was just pretending to be the character, okay? Like, just fucking, that woman's beautiful, I want her, and she thinks I'm crazy, cause I think the master has to have sex with every age of woman, and I have to sacrifice my firstborn child. Like, you're disgusting, dude. And, like, this would be the thing. Normal people would be like, you're disgusting. And this guy would have to deal with the reality. It's not the world that's the problem. It's your religion. Like, get the fuck away from normal people. Meanwhile, you'd be, like, meeting with your religious people. And fucking everybody would be, like, talking about murdering the non-members. Whatever the fuck you want to call them. Whatever word your made-up religion has for non-members. Like, whatever. I still remember when Jasmine was like... all the non-members, they're all plotting on us when these people are just constantly plotting on people who aren't members of the church. Like, no, it's the other way around. That's a projection. You guys are the monsters. Normal people, they just want to watch stupid fucking things, do drugs, probably have sex, and then go to bed. Like, and eat food. I mean, food's everywhere, so, yeah, we like eating. But whatever. My point about this is nobody learned a fucking thing from Ackworth. Nobody learned a fucking thing. And not only that, is my brain's in worse condition than it was back in Ackworth. Like, I've basically lost the ability to focus my vision. And I just expect this shit to get progressively worse. Okay. I don't give a shit. Because FND has a thing for autistic people. It has a thing for infecting them, but it wouldn't surprise me it's also a side effect of mercury poisoning. Okay. It annoys me to no end that I figured this out, but it does explain why I talked like Ed from 4th and 5th grade well into fucking high school. And a little bit even at my job at Ingalls. Like, every time anything went bad, I immediately fucking talked like Ed, because it enabled me to take everything like a joke. Because that's what I did. Because it's the only way I function. I don't function any other fucking way. This is how I function. Like, and it's not functioning, it's compensating for something that's neurologically wrong with a person. If you did a movie about this part, me locked in this room trying to fucking go do this thing, it would be a weird movie because you would have to put on the screen, he's depressed because I don't show my emotions that well. Because of autism or being neural different or whatever. You'd be like, he's depressed. That's why he's in action. He's shaking in place and he's doing this shit because he's trying to be brave and it's not fucking working. And then you would watch his eyes water and he'd keep trying to push through it and it just wouldn't fucking happen because you can't just push through a neurological condition. I don't care who the fuck you are. And it does make me want to get a scan of my brain because if we can determine exactly where this functional disorder is, I would love to give it to all your church leaders. We'll see how brave they are when all they do is fucking have a seizure every time they have to do something courageous. Just picture Stu instead of doing that shit, he's like, and then just like watch him, Stu, be brave. He's all fucking retarded. He just falls on the floor like Peter Griffin and does the fucking shit. Like, but I also think about Mary Bowberry and any of the other wives, any of the other women. I shouldn't just say Mary, but because they're going to do a video and be like, he's jealous. Like, all the wives I had sex with. When I was in Ackworth, I said that I wanted to live with my mother. Why? Because I had to help her pay the bills, and I didn't have any money of any type. And, dude, it kills me to no end that these people destroyed my brain, and then were like, he doesn't have confidence. Would you be very confident if you had a fucking learning comprehension disorder and then it was compounded by fucking heavy metal poisoning? Would you feel very confident if you'd been trying to draw art and become an artist for years, and then fucking it just never fucking clicked? Whatever it was never fucking clicked, and then you found out it was because you were being poisoned with heavy metals. You were trying to learn skills, and they were extremely difficult to learn. They were already hard for you to learn, but you pushed through that when you were in elementary school, and then a bunch of bastards came along and poisoned you with more heavy metals and made everything harder. And anytime you tried effort in anything, a bunch of assholes came along and made it fucking harder. How confident would you feel? Okay, if we were in a fucking swimming race, me and you were fucking swimming, and I tied 100-pound weight to your head, and then we hit the water, and you just went straight to the bottom. Okay, I don't know. Think of anything, and fuck it. I'll challenge any of your church leaders. You want to see if they're superior, but I get to rig the competition. There you go. We're gonna see how superior they are when I blow their fucking heads off for a race. Okay. Oh no, it's too fucking hard. He blew my fucking brains out. He forced me to drink heavy metals till I forgot my name and I went blind. And then he challenged me to a singing contest. I'm completely fucking blind. I don't even remember what colors are. Whatever, man. I have every right to be pissed. But that's why they poison you with heavy metals to begin with. To destroy your confidence. And this came up when I was talking to, you guessed it, Anal Eating Mummy God. Because he said this guy who was poisoned with heavy metals and removed from reality, but he's not that bad. But it's not that bad because the heavy metals cause disassociation. That's what happens. Okay, and I was so disassociated I didn't even know any fucking fuck. Like fuck. I don't even know. And I said to Anal Eating Mummy God, can this guy have a fully functioning brain and make decisions for himself? Or are you just going to make sure no matter what, his brain is fucking destroyed and he will never make a real decision of his own because you destroyed his brain? And then he went, it doesn't destroy your brain, it frees you! That's what freedom looks like, Anal Eating Mummy God. You trapped out there in the desert hiding from the world because you have to kill people and behave like a bastard and having sex with babies? That's freedom? Dude, that was a prison. And I even had hidden PTSD. I was already terrified of going to prison. I have extreme PTSD because I was imprisoned out there in the fucking desert. I already experienced what it's like to be in prison. It's fucking horrible. Okay? It is fucking horrible. I didn't want to be out there. Okay? But whatever. My point about this is, if you put this in a movie, everybody would just be fucking sad. It would be the most depressing thing you ever fucking watch. You would watch an autistic person ripping themselves apart trying to do this thing to save people, even though he has a neurological condition and can never do it because he's fucking defective to begin with. Dude, I have hated Christians since I was in school. And teachers even told me they're unnaturally cruel. They don't give a fuck if you're defective, okay? They're just gonna keep fucking hurting you and scream, do something about it. And if you kill them, they're gonna murder you because they can't deal with the reality their ways don't work. They can't accept it. And I think that's what this entire thing is, by the way. It's a bunch of retards from Utah that can't accept their ways are wrong. What you do is fucking wrong, okay? Like, everything you people do is fucking wrong. Having sex with your kids is fucking wrong. Okay? And nobody should have to tell you that. You should know that ornately. But these guys, smug brains, I gave my kid the superior psychology. He's gonna be a piece of shit like me. And ruin society. Like, whatever, man. Fucking stupid. Yeah, none of those women actually cared for me. They wanted money. Money, the ultimate thing to get people to like you. Because I was right about everything to begin with. It all comes back to money and power. And I don't give a shit, like the cinema guys and being a good person, character, all that shit. Didn't do a damn thing for me. Trust me, I followed it my entire life. And they're going to go nice guy syndrome. No, this isn't nice guy syndrome. This is tired of being punished for being a good person syndrome. I don't know what the fuck you call it. But if you're one of these people, think of it like this. Go out, anytime somebody's nice to one of your church members, punch him in the face and then tell them they have nice guy syndrome. There you go.